I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there, but I couldn't resist you. Never felt like that girl, I swear. I probably just run, girl, trying to make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that there's a problem, and I know that it would kill me, kill me, but I can't resist. I'm falling, and I know that this will burn me, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably will burn, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably will burn. Don't know why I do this. Don't know why I let you play me. But I guess that it is your kid who made me fall. Yeah, I don't blame me. I know that I should run, girl. Can't make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that there's this problem, and I know that it would kill me, kill me, but I can't resist. I'm falling, and I know that this will burn me, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned. Playing with fire, playing with fire, and I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned, 'cause I'm playing with. I'm playing with.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get
Crazy. Yeah, so we are here live. We have our 580 crew in the Discord. Adder. Our Discord and probably type. And we have some fours on. Get some other insights as well, and oh. Like, I think I have pushed the pause on. I don't know what I should. Do you you guys want? Should I do push to talk and on the street as I'm talking, if adding in? So yeah, I'll just. No, yeah, I was fine with that. That's like one of the YouTube. Alright, so I'm gonna go push a talk. Hung, welcome to this. Yeah, so this also does not have to have other questions and stuff. I do. Hope the mic. Mara, welcome to this ship on this again. Chrono was. Is telling me that cutting in it. This is the oh. I really don't know what to do. Yeah, maybe this is cut off. You need. No way. No way. Like better now. That might have been it. Because I was pretty much full stream. full people. Dr. Vod. Dr. Vod. That is like better. Mic better, guys? I need to know whether or not I need to go back in. A youth, I guess. Yeah. Constant. Good. So. Legendary, epic. Definite. Focus. You can either go salad it. Hold you over. Play why is she? First free to play player here. History. I'm pretty sure people have said it takes about a year to max legendary, but I think I've heard it's about a yeah, but to play those as a play player, of course, welcome to the Mike is still gone. BZ, welcome to the am alive. I remember. Got that. I didn't. Welcome to the. Thanks. Thanks. Working through some technical. Still trying to get the hang. And I am. Bear with me. You play Rides of Kingdom? Felix. Yeah, I spent. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me now? Hold on. Okay, now hello. Better though? You know what it is? It's probably because I was more or less just chill in the I was more or less just chilling in the Discord stream, and I wasn't. I literally was just telling my buddy Zeph about this because he said that I sound different on stream than I do on in Discord, and it's because when I'm streaming, I really have to do kind of project my voice into the mic. So as I was just kind of like chilling, and I had my mic a little bit farther away, I think that's probably why y'all weren't getting the sound. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of back and forth maybe as I'm going into Discord, because I don't want to yell at them in Discord because I am speaking a little bit more loudly. So okay, as long as it's better now though. So yeah, I guess I just had to project my voice a little bit more. I'm a noob who, like, I need 2 monitors. Yeah, I figured out the problem and kind of what you said, Zeph, how I sound different. Yeah, I wasn't projecting my voice into the stream, so I'm gonna have to play a little back and forth with you guys a bit, so that way I'm not yelling at you guys in Discord. So, okay. Ooh, la la. Dan is a whale now, $100 million. That was very nice to flex the 100 million today in the Arc match. Put up the Discord. Yeah, you should be able to hear the Discord. They're gonna be like kind of in and out right now. It's a little hard to get the Discord up enough and then not really totally blow my voice out. So it really is like a hard balance to that. Force, any commander questions? Just YSG, YSG, YSG. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it is in the. That's how it is in the early game. It really is just YSG, YSG, YSG. If y'all have like followed any of my other previous videos, like my early game commander playlist, you'll see as I do like my overviews, and I'm gonna start actually doing guides soon. I started developing some talent builds and stuff that I'm going to do. I did a test video, but the video was so long, so you figure that. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, there is somewhat of well, some of the folks in our content follow me. It's also kind of my fault. I didn't put the disclaimer when I made the announcement yesterday that I was going to be doing this through YouTube as well so people can hear, so that's my bad. Yeah, I'm just doing push to talk, so that way you're not like hearing twice or whatever. True. Yeah, I guess I'll just take off the push to talk because it's gonna be way too. It's a lot of yeah. Somewhat. I did not jazz him. Oh, look, I didn't even do my little info thing right on the YouTube video either. This is. I woke up and I was like, I can't believe. Well, it's my fault for going out last night. I was like, I can't believe doing this. Oh. Yeah, Vorse had said that's really all it is though in that early game. It's so focused on YSG If you guys haven't seen like my early commander playlist as well, I've done overviews, which is pretty much just a quick explanation on their skills, and then really if those commanders are worthy of investment as you're heading. And then even with a commander like Richard, for most people, I feel like you really only need him at like a 5/1. It's gonna give you that utility to chain barbs, just that amount. I have him 5/5/1/1 on my main, and I think you need that little extra tank maybe in Season of Conquest, but because those barbs are a bit strong, like once you get to that, those barbs are actually pretty strong. So you might need a little bit more like beefiness on that, but in general, yeah, early game is just so like YSG focused. Yeah, he's still like technically a generation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like that's like that's definitely one thing we'll have to cover on like the next one. I gotta figure out how I'll do the next like little workshop thing. Maybe I'll pull up some clips from KVK and whatnot, but that's definitely a huge one for, especially for all the new players that we have of the AoE and troops dying and what. I feel like probably still a lot of people. We haven't had any fights 581. I think it's relatively, any of the fights that we've had have just been like open field for the most part. Yeah. Sir JB, welcome to the stream, bro. I'm watching the Punisher. Oh, welcome. Vorse YSG pairings was going for Sun YSG. That's a solid pairing. I think the best one that you'll get in KVK1 is going to be Charles, but if you are lacking a little bit on Charles' skills, like if you're only unlocking him gold keys and whatnot, then yes, Sun Tzu YSG. Or you can even do Richard, but again, Richard, I wouldn't early game too, like you have to be cautious of the stars that you're using, because those are like a bit hard to, even on this account now. I got my stars, like Ethelfled right now, she's sitting at 5-star, and I go over here to upgrade my lawn. There is like I don't have enough. You need about, to get them to 6-star, I think you need about 400 stars. So if I've only bought on this account, I've only bought the few bundles that pop up. This still going at it. I've only bought like one or two of those pop-up bundles that give you the extra stars. They don't, no, and you have to, again, you're using stars to just kind of get more stars. So it's kind of just replacing it at some point. Steph, how many legendary commanders you have at 6-star? B? If you don't, the legend 4. Steph, that's That's really impressive. Did you, if you don't mind me asking, were you buying Living Legend bundles? Dude, that is crazy impressive, because on my main account, I may have spread myself a little bit, but I was pretty cautious because I knew the stars were hard to come by. But even heading into KVK, I had just barely 6-starred my Minamoto. That is crazy impressive that you've been able to do that. That bundle is yeah. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll kind of bounce it back and forth with the chat. I don't want to lose it that entire. Silent one, good KVK1 pairs, Richardson's. Charles. Richard / Charles. I really wish too that in the early game it wasn't so. Yeah, this is yeah, you can just go onto my channel and then all my streams are saved into YouTube. Of course, can I get some resources? Not that. No, I'm saving resources. There was a lot of when did you say you played the KVK one, Zach? Oh, so that was probably about the same time as my kid. It wasn't super heavy with Cav, but I mean there was still like a good of like good amount of Richards and on the field. Hydrogen. Moneymoto Bay Bars, a good pairing too. Yes, I would definitely say, at least for murder balls. So when you have what a murder ball is, basically like a huge mash of people fighting. You want to utilize AoE. Personally, I tend to go for the AoE over the single target damage. So in a situation where you're in a murder ball hydrogen, I would do I would actually prefer Bay Bars over double C. Especially if you have like a max double C in KVK1, that negative defense percentage that you're taking on, especially if you have low tech, really isn't benefiting you too much. But if you have max double C, probably don't have low tech, so kind of contrast. But yeah, I would say Monimoto Bay Bars. And I think Monimoto 2 is also super underrated. A lot of people forget about his 4th skill, which is a debuff that is, you know, that works and takes on from all targets. And then Minamoto definitely is one of the best overall commanders that you can have because he helps with everything. And then even in addition to, so I'll jump over to, yes, so we jumped. Oh, well, yeah, so you can see once we catch up. So on my main account, yeah, I prefer to hide nuking commanders behind the tankier ones. In this instance here on my main account, you can't really do that with XY. But yeah, I Jazzy tend to try and hide the skill damage commanders in the back because they're just gonna get targeted. For KVK1, I would say you're fine just running him as a primary. What I actually did in my KVK2, because the focus in KVK1 is going to be Motos. Like even if we're in Discord, we'll be calling out targets, and we're going to probably often say target the Minamoto, and then we'll target Ethelfleds, and then we'll target Jones. So I keep drawing these blanks. Hold on, let me collect myself. So in my KVK2, what I did, because that trend was still alive to target the Minamotos, I actually put Minamoto behind my Pelagius. Because Pelagius is just whatever. Like, yeah, he's an epic commander, but he doesn't get the attention that Minamoto was getting. And it served me very well. So you can even do that in KVK1 if you do have a Minamoto and you find that he's getting targeted like crazy, it's annoying, you can go ahead and probably swap to like a Pelagius as a primary. Catch up on the YouTube chat a little bit while Steph is farm killing. A minute wise, she does work for us. Farm killing, KVK1 pairs, double C Mina, and even Lancelot. If you really just don't want to get attacked, once you drop below that 50%, Lancelot's actually really good. Farm killer too. Var, welcome to the stream. My 2581 needs 580. Why do you say that? Are you 580? Bad we are between. Gula, welcome to the stream. Look at those gems. Yeah, I spent. gems. Look at their courses. Of course, when am I allowed to push Siege 25 with the 89? Soon we'll be off of that power hold. Anka Lolo, welcome to the right here into Discord. Catching up with that. Have a few more questions. Cribs, Monimoto and Pelagius good. Finding Monimoto dies quickly. Yeah, so as we kind of just covered, yeah, you can run. But yeah, you can run, definitely run Moto and Pelagius for that little bit of extra. I even tried in this last KVK that I had on my main account. I got a little bit of, I got trolled for it a little bit. It didn't work, but I wanted to try something different. I was sick of my Genghis Khan sitting on the bench. So I actually tried doing Genghis Khan and Belisarius, because Belisarius is giving you some, like, didn't have defense stats. But it didn't. And I wanted the extra march speed if, like, once I was leaving battle to get away, but not recommended. Hydrogen, I'll be having max YSG. Could he be paired with as secondary? It isn't the same as Bay bars. Yeah, you just be careful. Because having YSG in the field is something that's of high value, and that's why, again, I think like that best pairing that you really have is the Charles. But yeah, Minamoto works definitely, and you'd be cranking out some crazy damage. In our chat. Yeah, we'll be off that power hold. People are itching to power up. Yeah. Well, you will even be able to. Yeah, once we hit pre-game. Yeah, I kind of miscalculated the 10k ones as well when I started mine. I think it was MIB or Zeph who confirmed the day with me, and I was, oh well. Yeah. Bruno pass 4 opening Friday night. WGC. KVK. Need a KVK bad. I feel like it's been. Silent one in our Discord chat. Best marches are El Cid YSG, so Ethel YSG, so YSG, so Herman, Ethel Kuso are the correct if people had extra. So yeah, I think that's really tough to do. I think we've only had two Soroli events. So I don't think any like that. But yeah, definitely El Cid YSG for those super mega whales who do such a thing and max El Cid became. I mean, these are best archer marks. Focus on you. Well, Yeah, those all look right. I would just probably slide up Kuso YSG a little bit, because with full maybe running the full archer, early archer. It looks like I would probably do Kuso else. I think just to take advantage of his clearing the debuff. I feel like too, like a lot of what KVK1 is, much attention is legendary. Epic commanders are insanely important. The purple ones. So I'm gonna jump back over to my jumper, and I mean, as you can see, for those following along, I mean, it's still super hard to work on even epic commanders, just from a skill standpoint. Like my Lohars, Boudica, I had to invest sculpts in one video that I'm going to make, because you can see here I've only gotten 50 sculpts of her, and I had to put 117 of her just so I can do forts. So I've gotten 50 sculptures. We're talking about almost months into, and I only have 2 expertise the command Belisarius. It is really insane hard, and you have to find your so actually really kind of put a focus that min-max approach sense. A bars, nothing. 30 scope. 2 months. I do have a ton of gold keys that I'm gonna open up at set, because that'll be week 5. Week 5 in Lucerne, which I usually just up my 4, because we'll get the challenges that'll unlock. But yeah, epic commanders are super. Not all of them, Jazzy. Big LJ, shout out, please. Yeah, I think for epic commanders, you have the primary ones again. Sun Tzu, Bjorn, infantry, Kusuno should be a focus. Joan should be a focus. But then you, yeah, well, no, you can utilize her as a. So if you're focusing her as like a gathering commander, and just keep her as a secondary, so that with talent tree. So like putting Richard with Joan or Ethel with Joan, buffing stuff. But like going back to epic commanders too, like you kind of get stuck a little bit too, because like you want to have some farmers, and like Matilda, for example, is really good to have, because she's going to give you this 10%. So like you kind of get stuck like middle ground of like, okay, so all my commanders, you know, the commanders are going to be used for the actual fight. So I invest a little bit into gathering commanders to get a little bit of speed. Player versus player, and then you have PvP, which is player versus environment, so that'll just be computers and barbs and stuff, barb ports of. But for, yeah, I mean, the early game, I did not realize how hard early game comes to Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I wish I could go in and upgrade. Like, I would love to have even my my belly, because like you don't have that that additional 25% march speed battle. Like him, a belly expertise, really dope, but still not even going to be able to get to. Yeah. I think that's like a mhm. Mhm. And it's, you know, a lot of people get so caught up with skills of commanders, but the talents are just as important too. Because when you get, yeah, when you're getting all those stats, getting all like the extra little goodies within points, or like rage, or additional rage and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's why people say like, um, focus your commanders before even worrying about 5. So like a lot of people suggest to push to the VIP 10 and VIP 12 and VIP 14 before even thinking about. I think pushing to VIP 14 is a little extreme, maybe to VIP 12 before you start thinking about using gems to upgrade your castle to get T5 troops. But yeah, if you don't have good commanders with T5 troops, you can have big fat hospital bills and just gonna burn yourself out. And even for the gear too, that's one thing. Like in my early game, because there wasn't so much of an emphasis on gear at that time, because when I first started on my main account, after our KVK1 is when we got that big equipment update where it reduced the amount of materials that you had from like 6 down to 4 that we have now. Then we got all of the legendary sets and stuff, so there wasn't even that much of an emphasis on gear. And like the gear in itself too is stupid hard, on top of just acquiring the materials and acquiring the blueprints, the gold, because you're still trying to do tech upgrades. Like, it's insane. Hydrogen running my tab march is good for taking upgrade everything purple. Before YouTube, who can't see, showing off his Minamoto, and it pretty much has for equipment. He has the windswept plus the art of the Sixth weapon and pants. Hydrogen, I think that's good, because if you go for, I mean, obviously if you push more purples, that would be ideal. And if you're a cav main, that's another question to ask yourself. You know, what are you going to be focusing on as you progress into the later stages of the game? Are you more of a cav player? Are you going more of an base player? Those are some questions. Hydrogen's going to be cav main. So, yeah, I mean, if you can push to upgrade some of those, like I think chest piece, purple chest piece was pretty nice. Dark Lord's Blessing, getting the 8% on that. The glove as well for the 3% health. Defense, yes, the blue helm. I actually run on my march. Or sort of. So yes, the early game is going to be heavy infantry. So this I was like hard. If you like, once you go and you search some of my videos or get to know my main account Jazzy a little bit, like I'm a hardcore cav main. Like I don't even have so as we go into KVK2, a lot of people say that after YSG, Alexander the Great is the next commander that you should work on. On my main account, I don't even have Alexander maxed. He's still one skill away. So like that goes to show you how heavy of a cav player I am. The struggle is a little real, don't get me wrong, in the early game for cav players. But if you approach it the right way, I kind of took like a min-max approach. Right? So I loaded up for YSG, then after that, all of my investments went into cav for commanders as well as for my equipment. So equipment wise, like I only make leather. Even on my main account now, I only make leather because cav gear requires leather most. So it's definitely doable. And I'll tell you this too, Jazzy, from being a very heavy cav player and hitting KVK season 2, which is probably where I got a majority of my kills. I went mad actually. I zeroed my entire inventory. I was pretty much zeroed on troops by the end of it. I had just cracked T5, so I was like pretty decent like T5 player. But I just went crazy, got like 50 million kills that KVK. And again, doing it from a cav player using, who was I using? Genghis Khan Alexander, Pelagius Minamoto, Saladin Double C, or I think maybe I did the Pelagius Double C, Saladin Minamoto, and then like Charles Richard, you know? So it's doable, but it's just a little difficult early game. But I think if you set your mind on what you want to work on going forward and not short-sighted on your account, it's going to treat you a lot better. As Zeph said earlier too, you really got to have a plan for your account, and that does come from, it's easier to do so when you have experience, but that's why you want to lean into the players that are around you who have that experience. Yeah, again, it's really that personal preference on what you want to do. Anything, look, it sounds so anything's doable, anything is achievable. Put your mind to it. But like in all seriousness, like yeah, you will maybe struggle at times. Like, okay, so for quick example, on my main account, for being a cav main, horrible canyon team. Absolute garbage trash. That was one reason why I actually invested into Richard at one point and made him level 60, just because my canyon team was god awful, and I just could not like rank in like the top 100 ever, even, you know, despite me being like a decent sized player in the kingdom that I so you'll have your difficulties, but I think it's still doable. Yeah, that's one thing that Lilith, I still don't know why they do it. Probably to further take advantage of players' lack of experience and whatnot. It is beyond me that they do not show you all of the commanders as soon as the game opens. Like, it's crazy, you know? I don't know why they do it, but they should. But yeah, that's a good point. Knowing the commanders that you're going to want, pretty much trying to give you some sense of what you want to do. What's up, Rashad? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. One still away to expertise. I'm getting there. I'll probably need one wheel. I will try to explain, but I'm even not. And even kind of working off what you said, Zeph, too, of like knowing how many marches you're going to be using too. I think that another crucial part, which I actually messed up on my main account, in the last KVK, or a few KVKs ago, I was so heavy on my cav troops, but I didn't have the 5th commander slot to fill out all those marches, which is what led me to start investing into one semi-good archer march, which is what I run the Artemisia and Tamiris now. Is that planning your troop like ratios is a lot of people don't talk about enough, and your troop compositions and how you want to develop how many of each troop you're going to be using, because again, as it kind of works in what Steph said, you want to have your kind of planned out, and you don't want to start blindly making all of these, you know, infantry troops, but you're only going to have really good cav equipment thing. So that all kind of works hand in hand with each other. It all comes kind of comes full circle. Have the commanders, the equipment, they all come full circle, and you kind of have to have like all of them out balance. I'll say overloaded, but quick Delta in our Discord, best cav path after KVK1 investments. Invest in Saladin 5551, pair him with Athol YSG A bars. Afterwards, invest in Conquest Commanders Nevsky XY and William. Yeah, that's exactly. I would even. We got to see with these museum buffs too. So for the people in Discord who new don't know what museum is, they just made this addition to the game a month or two ago. And pretty much what it is a buff to. I actually have to do a video on this, in one yet. It's a buff to the Generation 1 commanders to kind of bring them back up to speed a little bit. So there actually have been leaks of some future museum buffs that are going to be coming out for Generation 2 commanders. If that happens and they buff Genghis Khan with something, people might want to look into investing in Genghis Khan again, because I think that he's still a really good commander. He offers you a lot of damage. Like, I was running around with Genghis Khan double C with an additional skill due to the Conquest gameplay where you support skills, and I was having nasty trades. So, and I ran that because double C got a 20% health bonus buff. If they do anything of the sort to Genghis Khan, they give him some sort of tankiness, or give him a little bit of the march speed back that he loses. Silent One, I think that's definitely, you know, something to maybe keep in mind and take note of as you are in your account ahead of Seasonal Conquest and after Keep. Zam, is Archer free-to-play friendly? So I actually was helping Slash with this the other day. He had asked, and I made a video on it. I wish that I am able to actually test this if I was big enough, or if I had enough time, I would say, to invest into a full hard like free-to-play account like that. I would definitely do so. So I made a video questioning, is Archers the best for free-to-play? So some of my arguments and I guess facts want to say yes. Why is that? Well, infantry has the least amount of minimal investments that you need when it comes to, I think, like 551 archers, but archers are right behind them. You don't need to max all of the archer commanders to have them pretty good. Another reason why I like archers, because the gear is much easier to make. So this is my little ghetto, I guess, archer set that I have. And again, you want to really focus health and defense stats. In the early game, I think more stats is still better because you're not getting these additional buffs from these newer KVKs with you know, crystal tech and stuff like that, but I still think I would still probably tend to go with defense and health gear. But all of this is defense and health, and as you can see, it's just, you know, all purple, all epic, and then one blue piece, as opposed to infantry. If you're trying to get a good set with that for defense and health stats, stupid hard to make. So stupid hard to make. So if you go into the set, poo-poo, you have the helmet, which gives you defense, the shield, which gives you attack, chest piece, which gives you attack, the gloves, which give you defense, the pants that give you attack, and the boots that give you defense. Now go over here into epic. Well, chest piece, attack, gloves, I think. Pants, I think, health. The weapon is attack too, which that's a decent amount of stats. If you proc this, that's 18% of stats that you're having on a commander where attack isn't meta. But again, early game, get away with it. Helmet, attack. So I think that if you're going in terms of that new meta of stats, that infantry is much harder to obtain in terms of. So on top of archers being, you can have more minimal investments right there with infantry. The gear is going to be a little bit easier to make, and the trades that you're going to have on the field should be better. The only caveat that I've gotten from making that video and from some of my friends who are archer mains is that they get heavily targeted, which is kind of true because you have a lot of cavalry players, cavalry whales. In my last KVK though, or 2 KVKs ago, I was getting wrecked by archer players. They were stupid tanky. For whatever reason, they were not dying as fast as I thought they were going to die. And that is with 4 cav marches attacking you know, one of these archer commanders. So again, I wish I could give a full experience answer on that. This is really just more of like opinion. There is some facts in there, with, you know, the gear being a little bit cheaper and, you know, having more minimal investment commanders. Really long answer to a short question. I think you could still rock definitely. Bars crazy. That rope. My buddy Grono on YouTube that even said, yeah, imagine if they give the health bonus to Khan. If they give a health bonus to Khan, then he becomes relevant again in terms of your commander progression. Because right now he's just, you know, a lot of people have just thrown him out. Even at one point for me, I was regretting having invested into Khan. But if they give him a buff, I'm gonna be back in that conversation. Silent one is both on the cat, and Rock Shield is better than the cocked Kabuki. Yes, definitely. What was it? 10% stats versus attack, yeah. Nova, welcome to the stream. Rashab, I'm not pissed. Just to give my buddy Rashab too. We're doing a little bit of a commander workshop for the 581 folks, but he did ask about the new migration system. Honestly, I don't. It's garbage. Pretty much have cross-season migrations. Have like a free-for-all migration once conquest or within the same season. Then you get like a quota of like 30 players. We'll see. That's been an ongoing conversation too that the folks in 2581 have been having, because we have some players who want to bring over their mains. And by the way, shout out to Loki, anyone who's scored. That dude's main account is like, I thought I was probably gonna have one of the better accounts coming in. His account's better, and about the same age. So Loki is a whale, and his gear is sick. Couldn't believe it. Showed it to me. So yeah, I don't know what the migration system is going to hold for us, but gotta just keep it. Any other commander questions? Yeah, Nova, I see you, bud. Say that again, Jazzy, you're breaking up. You have Mina 6-star, and you have Sun Tzu 6. Okay, so I didn't think you would need really actually no, I would like the just because you, yeah, you get the extra factor, which mhm. Yeah, I wouldn't push your Ethel. Or what level is your Martel? So I would say, and even as being cap focused, just because we won't get the next relevant Cav commander for quite a while, which is going to be Paladin, I think you could go into leveling your Martel first, and then so that way you can run A bars in terms of the. So I'm trying to think. how many Jazzy? What is the how much of that's fine. The T4 siege comes in. I think in terms of your composition, going to be running probably what it sounds like with either double C. Probably start investing your epic commander sculptures in K bars. And obviously you're probably going to be training, so keep that in mind. Once so right before KVK, there's 3 KVK stages. One of them is killing barbarians, and group training stage have serves work. So keep and then last stage is sports. So keep that in mind that you are going to be training some too. But yeah, from what it sounds like, you'll probably be running Mina. I'm just talking primary commanders now. Mina primary. Sun Tzu, you can run primary until your Charles is up to 6 stars, if you can get him up that quickly before we start fighting. And then as for like an Archer March, I would say maybe those, so like I've been leveling my Kuso for my Archer March, but not expecting much from him, to be honest, especially since he's 5-1-1. This early game is, I can't believe how much of a puzzle it is. It really is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the Archer. Okay.
To find the sweet spots, like
And that's another great point, Zeph. We haven't even, so you know, within these commander talks, we have not even mentioned technology. You have to keep that in mind too. You know, in terms of tech is looking at. Yeah, one main thing too for like anyone on the call, anyone on YouTube, guys. If you notice your marches are just getting, stop putting them on the field. They're not doing good for anybody. What you could do with those resources, healing instead, is just donate those to our bigger players like Zeph, players like OB, even Jazzy's gonna be big, who's staying on the field and hurt the enemies more. Like that's why I'm hoarding my resources now. I'm not gonna be really doing a big power push, especially of the day. I'm hoarding resources simply for the fact that I know that I'm going to, number one, be just killing my troops as much as I can, which I'm doing as well. Don't be scared to lose. And much nicer, as opposed to back when I played KVK1, you are going to be getting some troops back. I did not get any troops back through KVK seasons 1 through 3. If I had those troops back, I would probably be around 120 million or 130 million power right now. So don't be afraid to lose.
Yeah, I've already lost troops.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, like, look, again, like if you are getting just wrecked in the field, don't try to be pro and keep, the game doesn't work like that. Game is very numbers driven, so if you are if you're getting wrecked, then just stay off the field.
yeah, exactly. And like maybe this for you in the case, like you're gonna focus cav, so you will have a very good cav technology, you know.
Yeah,
So
I'm working on it now.
If you go out with like infantry or archers, they will have like 20% less attack, defense, and health, so they're going to be wrecked. So what you can do, that's like the big advice for like medium spenders or low spenders, just to focus one type, but technology-wise as well, and just go out with those. And then in the meantime, like with your archers and your infantry, there will be like plenty of infantry rally. So those will be very useful for the rally. And that's that's a thing.
Okay.
Get some archer gang
Yeah. So like
some of our whales, because
LT West is very good.
it honestly concerns me a lot that how much yeah, I don't know.
It's just like the meta is all about infantry, because Cav is going to be wrecked by infantry.
Yeah.
And the only like pair that will destroy infantry will be an L-Seed YSG. And the problem is that you have to have a whale who's ready to sacrifice itself to max an L-Seed. So either way, it's you will have max at the end of KVK because of the MGE, but if you want it early, you have to sacrifice Universal Sculptures. So it's quite rare, I would say, that you have like someone ready to do that. That's why you don't have a lot of, archer rally. But if you have LC YSG maxed, you're gonna like melt every garrison in this KVK.
In my KVK one, we had a. Actually, we found out later he was a footballer from Fiorentina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude was spending stupid amounts to max Freddy.
Yeah, Freddy's good as well.
So Freddy YSG actually best. Unless you...
Yeah, that's the thing, because those are kind of trash of the KVK.
Yeah, like he was maxing Living Legend bundle every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Every day for those extra scopes getting or whatever.
Well, you know who Capo Alamo is. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's told me to stay on his hip in KVK. It's like, I'm not sure that's the place I want to be.
I mean, like, yeah, but he's
Sitting in a corner,
not
fighting off.
literally right, but there is three type. I will say that in KVK you have three type of players. You have your T5 whales, who are the rally leaders, the garrison leaders, and like the big tank that will always go forward. Like it will be like the first line going in the fight, because they want people to focus them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna melt everyone with just the counter attack. Then you have like the front line, which is like you, Nemesis, and like 10 million, I would say 15 million power people and 20 million power people, who are gonna be able to sustain field fighting with one type of troops. And then you have like the free-to-play, and the free-to-play or low spender who doesn't have nice tech are going to be wrecked on open field, and they just can't be there, or they will like just, I mean, like there's no point for them to stay here unless there is like a lot of players protecting them. But in this case, like those players have like a huge role to play. That those players can like rally, reinforce rally like crazy. They can give resources, and in KVK, like the contribution of your players is like measured by the number of death they have, the number of kill point they have, and like the number of resources assistance they give to your players. That's how you can try to participate in fight, like have an impact. You can have an impact in KVK whether you're spending a level.
Well, I keep telling our free-to-play that they're the backbone of our alliance, so...
Yeah, they are, because, like, I would say 90% of players are, like, low spenders and free-to-play.
Right.
And, like, if you just compute, like, the total number of troops we have, let's say we have 1 million in the Kingdom T4, then 20 million are, like, the big spenders and the medium spenders. But like 80 million are the free-to-play, and you need those 80 million to rally, to join your rally. And that's why they are the backbone of any kingdom, Because if those players are like have the will to fight and are ready to, fight with them, participate as much as you can, you will always have enough army, enough troops to reinforce your flag and everything. So yeah.
Right. Well, someone told me I should be putting all my siege in a flag. It's like, why would you put siege in a flag?
No, you don't do that.
Not yet. Not until we tell you to.
Yeah.
That's
Weird. It's like some of the players, I'm not sure. And sometimes Ove teases me, and it's like, wait a minute, is this being serious or not? Because I really.
siege defense is a thing that we.
Yeah, it's like it's just like how to kill like decent troops without using a decent one on our side. It's just like because we don't need siege. So if we don't really care about defending something like a pass, because it's easy to reinforce a pass and you can keep reinforcing it. You can just throw in it like all your sieges. Maybe you will lose like 1 million sieges, but on the other side, those players will lose like 300k infantry. And like I'd rather have 300k infantry than 1 million sieges. You know, that's
Yeah, well,
trade-off
that's the
you're
reason
getting.
I train so many T1 sieges because they're cheap and easy to replace if you lose them.
Yeah, that's kind of thing.
That's pretty much what I've been instructed. But then there are other people in the alliance because everything should be T4. It's like, wait a minute, what?
You can probably just stop with where you're at. I obviously like done that already. On my main account, I trained up to like 2k T1s, and then all I train now is. So once you're done upgrading, probably up to like 200k for sieges, then just strictly train T. Because the T1s really what they're for is they're there to if you're farming and getting your troop packed or whatever, it just keeps.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good to know because I haven't had a straight answer yet on that. Everyone gives me different answers, and I literally have no idea what to do.
Yeah, you're good. You're good and on track with.
Okay.
Just want to ask what the best Civ ABK for play. A great.
The best what? I missed what you
The
said.
best civilization. I'm a really big believer in France right now. Strictly for the healing speed reduction, 20% is hot, and honestly, it was somewhat of like a pseudo rally lead in KVK2, but not in actually KVK2 and KVK3. So that's why I wasn't running France. Now that like I'm kind of falling off in terms of meta commanders, I did switch to France, and I think if players do that earlier, you'll notice that you'll probably be able to push T5 a little. Into don't get, I think, so I'm VIP 10 right now. Get any.
I started because it's Cav focused.
Say that again.
I switched my civilization to Germany because it's Cav.
So the attack stats are nice, however. Jumper, go off the buffs right now. And I'm pretty sure you're not.
15, I think.
15. That's one thing that I preach to the free-to-play and low spenders, and then even the mid spenders too. Like if you are a mid spender, I guess. For the low spenders, if you are a T5 player, does not have VIP 15, not fight with in the foot. That is the easiest thing, because VIP 15 is 50% healing speed reduction cost. If you are fighting with T5 without that 50% and you're using speed ups to heal, you're very bad. very, very bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, for Mr. 13 and Jazzy, I think I would still probably say France, even for a free to play.
Really?
And another
I
nice thing
mean,
about the universal health stats, all of your troops.
yeah,
Okay.
that's fun, but like it depends maybe on how much field fighting you want to do. France is very good if you want to do like some to a lot of field fighting because of the speed bonus. But Germany is
10,000
good for free to play if you know that you won't be field fighting and only like joining rally because you have the training speed boost and like the action point recovery, I would say. And then for big whales, you can go in KVK1 for existence to Viking because of the better stat they have. Or I think Ottoman Empires as well good.
It's
Because of skill
10,000 gems to change civilizations. Is there a cheaper way to do that?
Get it through the Alliance shop, but that is all for Alliance. I would use your Alliance credits for talent build credits.
But I mean, Germany is very good.
Yeah.
I'm in Germany now. I switched from where we started in Japan. I switched from that to Germany.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good. Like you should stay Germany at least until pre-KVK because you will be training your troops there.
Yeah.
So just keep your Germany until like PAS 4 maybe, and if you want to change, you will be able after. But
Okay.
for now, just stay in Germany.
Once I get back to the main alliance, I'm in the Farm Alliance right now. Because of the monument. I'm not. Because
Yeah,
just been
like yeah, Germany is good civilization. It's well-rounded.
building and
I think that's a good point. It does depend on how much field fighting you're intending on doing. In Phoenix. What's up? As a very low spender, I was also considering Viking or Rome, France. Yeah, I think that what Zeph said probably makes a little said. Although France is really good, it does depend on how much field going to be estimate it. A little bit of a tough call because again, it's 10,000. Not a cheap thing to do a div change. So if you're curious too of how much fighting you potentially do, like Zeph, for example, I know he's going to be pretty decent amount. Same thing with OV. Pretty decent. Once you get to
What happened? I just got back.
12 million power, talking you up.
Nice. Oh, I'm gonna be 0. That's okay.
Now we're kind of just discussing through civilization players. I had suggested, then Zeph made a good. Really kind of depends. Fighting you, kind of just getting into how do players know if they're going to be doing a lot of field. I think that cutoff is probably about 12 mil. If you're at 12 mil, you probably aren't. Under 12 mil, you probably aren't a field fighting to. Also don't know. Troops, 12 million power player have at the moment. Full accurate.
I have 600k T4 cav, 150k of T4 infantry and archer, and 100k T1 or T3 of infantry cav and archer as well, and then 500k T1 siege.
There's where my T1 siege advice came from.
See, currently I have 1.6 million troops, and 800,000 of that is T4.
I still can't wrap my head around how
I like troops.
can't wrap my head around of how much of a puzzle this for it being much of a puzzle in terms of commanders, and I felt like it was relatively streamlined for me. I guess that comes with that stuff does. It's this
Just choice
okay,
and sacrifice they have to decide on.
I've played this game as a free-to-play, as a spender, as a whale, like all levels really, and
get that
I
new-
have to give props to all of the free-to-play people. And
Man, my man.
because good God, this game is
Yeah.
is so much more difficult and so much more time-consuming and stressful. It's too much.
I guess it's a testament to, like, at least like for me and my most of the really great strategists that even just people talk about within the community. A lot of the really great strategists additional thought into
Yeah, like it's mandatory. They have to do the right call, the right path and everything, because they don't have they don't have like a second chance, I would say, or they don't have a safety net as a whale will have. Like if they invest in the wrong commanders, they're fucked for like 6 months, you know.
yeah.
That's,
And I think like Dan is working off of like when in doubt too, just stockpile. Hold your items, and that was one thing that I told Flash when we were chatting about which inner types that he was focusing on, and we had the archer discussion. Well, like if you are planning on going for archers, like just plan on stockpiling for a very long time, because you have YSG, then you have Demiris, which you kind of custom sculpts into, but you're not even getting Demiris. They just updated though, so as soon as KVK 1's over, and as soon as KVK 1 is over, you should have access to all of the Gen 2 characters, pretty similarly to how once you enter quest, you then have access to all the commanders through the governor event builds. So we'll see, but if that is not changed, then you still have to wait a very long time to get to first. I think up until mind blowing. I understand the law. If you do want to take the archer route, then you're saving up.
Oh yeah, like I tried to say in the chat, it's really just if you're gonna want to do archers later on, that's perfectly fine, because archers will have the highest damage. Like if you can get really good stuff for archers, it's a very, very good troop type to focus, especially in, again, season 3 to season of conquest. With that being said,
isn't he?
yes, but you won't have the primary, you won't have the troops, you won't have the gear, and other archer commanders to pair with that gear and, troops. So
Okay.
when we say focus, we mean like on the point of people want to have 3 to 4 troops and commander like sets for those pairs of troops. So in general, like for example, archers, you would want, I would say, like at least 5 to 6 good, sort of meta-ish archer commanders, legendary commanders. Otherwise, there's no point focusing archers. All you would want is 1 or 2 troops of archers that you would send out for garrisoning, and that's it.
Okay.
Whereas, like I said with that as well, in the beginning, like, because you won't have access to all those archer commanders, and really, especially as a free-to-play or lower spender, again, it's a lot harder if you're a free-to-play lower spender. Getting the gear and getting those commanders maxed as well will take so much longer. I'm not saying it's not possible. It is definitely possible. I've seen some free-to-play players that have just gone absolutely crazy. They're, up in power and up in tier and all that stuff with even whales. Like, if you put in the time and effort, you can do it as a free-to-play player. You really need that time. But in the beginning, for an archer player, I would say start off infantry. Don't invest too much into infantry. You want to get like, you know, sort of mid-tier stuff. Just be strong enough to help out, but you don't want to focus too much into it. Save all the rest of that stuff for archers. You know, make sure all the gear you're getting that stuff for archers. For example, event stuff, like the egg event that we just had. Like all of that stuff should be going to legendary archer gear, because by the time you get to the point where you can get legendary archer commanders and have all those full marches and full troops and tech for it, that is when you'll be able to use those legendary gears anyways. So
It does line up nice.
yeah, it lines up pretty well.
Need that Pete.
Yeah, so like I said, if you want to go that route, perfectly fine. You just have to keep in mind that the beginning, early game, pretty much early to mid game up until KVK 3 Season of Conquest, it's gonna be, you're definitely gonna be a lot weaker compared to everyone else. Again, that's why we say sort of mid-focus infantry first, just because at least you'll be tanky, you'll still be able to contribute very easily, but you're not, you know, hurting your focus troop type and focus, you know, archetype too much.
Well, yeah, like I've said before and over, I'm Cav focused for now. If I plan on changing my focus, it'll be later on.
Give me a sec, I gotta do kingdom stuff again. Cav King is the best.
This is the first time I've heard that Cav is the best. I've always been told.
For now, it's the best.
By the way,
like,
Monument
And
started,
hoping
so
for-
everyone get out of my alliance.
and maybe like
Does that mean we can come back?
Why is Freddy need to-
maybe
Because there are no helps in the
add
farm.
something else about
Yeah.
technology.
Cav is definitely not free to play
What
friendly.
your type,
Archer is pretty free.
is that you should focus, like maybe for archer, because you know that you want to focus archer technology, but you know that you won't be able to use very good archer march at first.
I've got my
What you
eco
can
tech
do is just
max.
focus on the last 3 technologies, which is like combined harm, medicine something, and encampment, because those 3 are
Herbal medicine.
very good. The ratio of like stat you gain and speed up used is like the best one you can have in the whole tech tree.
I just lost you guys. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you. It just all of a sudden went.
yeah, same. So I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I can go back and reapply to my alliance.
Oh no, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, did you hear me? Like I was talking, but I don't know if I dropped out or anything.
You dropped out and I missed part of what you said.
Okay. What? Just the thing I wanted to say is like for people, I will recommend to always focus on the last 3 stats technology, because it's the best, like stat-wise, like in the ratio by stat for speed up used.
For my technology right now, I have my eco max as far as I can go until my 25 upgrade is done. And I'm working on my military now. I kind of stopped the military after, pardon me, when I realized that I should be working on my eco first.
Yeah, I see. But like, maybe I mean like a common mistake people make is to like power combat tactics, defense formation, the first 3 technology first, even though like it's just trash in terms of like stat you gain from the speed up you use.
I wish
The
I could
best thing
show
to
you.
upgrade first is like the last 3 technologies, which are medical corps, encampment, and combined arms.
Well,
Like
right now
if you can
I'm.
get all those 3 to 8 as fast as possible, I think it's like the sweet spot, and it doesn't
I'm
like
nowhere near
specialize you in any type of troops.
I've
So
got
it's-
all my P4 now. I've got cartography to 3, combat tactics to defensive formation to herbal medicine that tree at 5 and 6. So I'm not even near
Yeah,
the rest of them yet. I'm not even sure at what point they'll open up for me to start working on. Right now, I'm upgrading. What am I upgrading?
Keep getting disconnected.
I'm getting defensive formation to 6 right now.
Yeah, I think what I said is that you should maybe like first focus on the last 3. If you can just push them to 9 out of 10, then
The last 3, you mean the medical corps? Because those aren't even open for me to do yet.
yeah, but just push for them. I don't know
Okay.
what you need, but
I'm guessing I need cartography and the combat to herb medicine max before I get up there, because I've got everything. I've got.
I think the cartography. Because I think once you have those.
Because I have combat tactics at 5, defensive formation right now is upgrading to 6, herbal medicines at 6, camouflage is at 4, everything else is maxed, cartography is 3.
Yeah, I think it's cartography.
So that's the one I need to work on next then.
Level 5, and that'll open up all.
Okay, that's
And
what
then-
I
Yeah.
was.
Oh.
Because it doesn't say which one opens, so. But I've got 4 days left on defensive formation, and I can't push it.
I
without-
think it's camouflage. If I'm not mistaken.
Camouflage is, yeah, I've got that at 4. I only need one more upgrade on that one.
Yeah, you just you need the
And then
camouflage.
cartography is at 3. But camouflage, isn't that just for the scouts? So you
Yep.
can see the skill level of the commanders that you're scouting?
Yeah, I think that's. But you have
So
to
we
max it.
Well, I only need one more on that to max it. That's a 10-day upgrade. I can afford it right now. And will that open it up, or do I have to get through cartography as well?
You'll have to go for cartography to have your what
To
is
the rest of it.
your encampment to past 5.
Okay.
But you can max combine arm with just camouflage.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep focusing on those until I can get the rest of it. So
Yeah.
right now I need to teleport back.
I'm gonna wrap it.
How dare you? I just got back.
You can keep it going though.
No, not again.
Yeah, just limit your no 4
He
hours.
doesn't like
Another 4-hour Q&A. Here we go. Short Q&A, guys. Short Q&A. I feel that.
I thought the hangover had already kicked in.
It's real.
Well, I appreciate everything you've done. I've gotten a lot of information from today.
Like I said, we'll probably continue to do these. I gotta think of a plan of what we'll do. I'll chat with OVs, staff, and maybe players too. What we want to do for the next few ones going forward. This was actually MIB's idea, so shout out to him. He's actually been wanting me to do like a Discord stream for a while now. So as we're really gearing
I
up,
started it.
as we really get geared up for KVK, we'll be doing these more and more. So players, for one, it's nice. We all just get to hang out and chill and nerd out about the stuff, but we can get prepped and we're doing things since we're doing this YouTube now, and we do have quite a good on us. But yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll do like KVK functions, I guess, like teleporting, being on territory, and being. And then obviously, if there will be question to that. I think that might just be more of like an
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can do like a stream. I think like
We could just do a catch-up stream as well. It wouldn't be that bad. We'll figure this all out.
what I think is like lacking on YouTube right now is like a stream that wrap up all like the not the strategy, but like the biggest thing you have to be aware when you're fighting in KVK, like how to set up a hive, like around your flag, how to avoid AOE, like just something to wrap up what is exactly murderable, what is like one troop debuff, you know, like all those like little tips that are very important to have a big edge during fight. I think like there is no like video on like YouTube that wrap up everything in the same video. I think it's really good.
Yeah, definitely one thing I'm going to going forward for like was going to record like the footage that I'm getting without my layout on here and the webcam and stuff, so that way I can go in and start cutting footage so I can do better videos and stuff like you were alluding to. So what I'll do for this, start clipping stuff from my maybe
Yeah.
I might not do a YouTube.
You can do a YouTube video as well, like if you want
Yeah.
to have some content. Like I think it's very like something that will be very useful for like not only us but like the community in general to have this information, which is like very very important. If like if everyone in your kingdom know how to do those stuff, like you don't even need T5 to win KVK at that point. So
True.
yeah.
Sorry.
Batman, welcome to the stream, but
Yeah, I'm just going streaming the other kingdoms we got
Fred and
because Hydrogen asked me to. Right now I'm looking at 77. One of our so I'm sure a lot of people don't know. It's not really hidden anymore.
Yo, just want to thank y'all for joining the stream today. I know this was a little bit different. We'll try and make some tweaks here and there. Sorry for the beginning as well that I had with my mic, but I think that sorted that out. We'll definitely be doing some more of these for the kingdom in general, and then maybe and just add a little bit of a different flair for the channel. So stay tuned for that. I'll have some more videos coming up soon. Again, I have to really work out how I want to do the commander guides as a reviews that I was doing. So I want to actually show people how you can use these commanders, but it is a little hard when I don't have the footage for it. If I'm like fighting, try doing expedition, but again, the video is way too so I will figure that out. If at the very least I'm
Can you
help
put
the
that
talent
somewhere
builds.
in writing so that I don't forget it? Because I got
Then,
people asking me right and left. Okay.
Then yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to go cure my hangover. Love y'all. Or Kingdom 2581, love y'all. Kingdom 1780. I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Grono, if you're still here, let's chat. And I'm gonna cure my. Go on, y'all. Enjoy. Good. I'm out.
On the whale department, they do have one confirmed T5, potentially a second one, but even then, having a T5 is very helpful for, just being one of our allied kingdoms. I'm not going to get into any strategy or details on strategy today, just because it's a bit early for that. We've still been talking with our allies about what we plan on doing and how we're going to go about this, but all of that information will come out through mails. Just pay attention to your mails, pay attention to Kingdom mails, pay attention to Discord, all of that stuff, because everything that we post